there, J0 Pound Journey. Welcome to another episode of Psycho Behind the Scenes Farming Series Edition. Love the farming series. We last left off with Warrior and big fucking... Oh, I let it slip. I mean, forking mistake. Hopefully the YouTube ads don't get pulled from this video, guys. Jesse's talking with Nancy, and turns out Nancy has seen the YouTube videos. So originally I was saying it was going to be a good cop and bad cop. But we technically have two good cops, Anita and Nancy, which they're kind of pretty awesome personalities. They kind of balance each other out. Apparently, though, Nancy is more like Anita in real life, and Anita is more like Nancy in real life. Did I mix those up? But anyway, Nancy finds out about the YouTube channel. She's kind of disturbed by some of the stuff she's watched. She's trying to understand it. And they have a heart-to-heart where Nancy tells Jesse, like, hey, I see what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to do this YouTube thing, like what you love, and it's kind of against the status quo. It's not something most people would do. And some people might look down on that and try to stop you. And Nancy was like, well, guess what? We're two female farmers. Me and Anita have been trying to fight against the stereotype for years. Actually, our whole lives. So it was great to see. I mean, and that's a very, you know, it's all based on reality. So Anita and Nancy actually had to put up with a lot of shit growing up and throughout their lifetime because they're two female farmers running a farm. And here I am, you know, young 24-year-old. Well, shit, that's not really young anymore. But trying to run his own business, YouTube videos, and a lot of people don't understand or respect that.
I saw the one of your dad cutting up all your video games. First I was confused, like you had a nice little haircut, I loved your hair, but then you were screaming and crying. I was just about crying with you. Is your dad, that's really how your dad is to you?
You watch all that stuff?
I watched quite a few. Your parents are divorced.
Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't go on there right now.
Like really?
I mean, I know I put it out there for everyone, but I just wish, you know, people that I regularly talk to don't see that.
This is one of my favorite videos, Reap What You Sow, which is a very important saying. Jesse's lies catch up with him in this video where Jesse didn't really tell anyone about the whole bit with Warrior's truck getting destroyed, so Uncle Chris learns about it, freaks the fuck out. This is basically the climax of Jesse and Uncle Chris's relationship. But anyway, Uncle Chris is like trying to fucking shake the tree, coconuts to fall out like me and Corin. Like Jesse's hiding because he knows, like, it's kind of like how he knew Psycho Dad was gonna break some of his shit. Like Jesse knows Uncle Chris is gonna lay into him hard, literally, and that shit fucking hurt. Uncle Chris tackles the shit out of me in this epic scene in the field, basically looking like he about to pulverize me. I remember my wallet fell out in this scene, and like it took hours. Like I left and like came back and was like fucking looking in the field for my wallet. But basically this scene kind of serves as a turning point because Jesse's freaking out because he now owes $7,500 to cover Warrior's truck. And Jesse's like, I'll pay it next week for YouTube money. And I remember I wanted this scene to be kind of ridiculously funny where I'm like, the YouTube money will pay for it. Uncle Chris had no clue that Jesse fucking makes money off doing the YouTube videos. Nobody ever told him. So for Uncle Chris to hear that Jesse gets money off this shit, he's like, oh, well, maybe it is a little bit of a job. You just earned a little bit of respect there, buddy, assuming you can fucking pay me the money. So Jesse agrees to pay him, and I remember that day when we're shooting. Now, Uncle Chris is a bigger dude, like there's no question about that, and he wasn't sure if he was going to actually be able to run and chase me. Luckily he did. We were not going to be, if that was a one and done, he would say, but he made a few comments like, oh, you know, not, you know, I'm feeling pretty exhausted. Like he seemed kind of run down after we shot that. I get a call later that evening from his wife, now my aunt, and I don't really talk to her too much, so for her to call me, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I'm always paranoid, like somebody's gonna quit or drop out or like not be able to film, so I wasn't sure what happened. I thought she was gonna say like Uncle Chris doesn't want to do it anymore, like after today, but she called me and said Uncle Chris is in the hospital. He had a heart attack. And I was like, holy fucking shit. He was saying he didn't think he should be pushed that hard and that his chest was, you know, he's making all sort of comments during filming. And then she was like, I'm just kidding, he's right here. And he's like, hey there, Jet. I'm like, you fucking asshole. Like, who does that? Who has their wife going and like prank me like that? It's like, it's not even on video, so what's the point? That's just fucked. Next, we had this video with Juliet called Forbidden Love. That's right, we're finally getting Juliet in the drama. It's guys, it was so hard during the second series to get Juliet involved in the series, just because she kind of had some problems with it being portrayed as real. Like, she didn't want her to be made to look bad, so she always kind of played like a very much a version of Juliet, and nothing too dramatic or anything. But I was like, Juliet, I need you for this one. Like, I had this arc in mind, the Romeo and Juliet arc, where basically they're no longer allowed to see each other because of Psycho Dad's rule. At the beginning of this video, we had a little Easter egg. Juliet's playing Battle Cry in the beginning while I'm talking. And then Psycho Dad learns about Warrior's truck. Fucking Warrior's truck. Psycho Dad somehow knows Warrior also, which is weird. Like, Warrior, like, what is there, maybe there's that gang? Maybe there's that gang arc again? We also see Psycho Dad hanging up his deer mount, and then, oh shit! His head lines up with the deer. We finally get Psycho Dad with the deer antlers. What does it mean? So Juliet is no longer allowed in the house, and it is pretty irrational, but his excuse is, maybe then you'll learn, bitch. So we'll see, Jesse. Next video was an honest evaluation where Uncle Chris comes back to Psycho Dad. I wanted it to be the two brothers, so like it's me and Jeffrey, and then Psycho Dad and Uncle Chris. I wanted it to be a tale of like two generations and to see how all those relationships are. So at the end of this video, Jesse started, Uncle Chris had questions about the YouTube money because he didn't know about that, and basically Jesse's explaining to two older guys what YouTube is and how YouTube money works, and like, it's awesome to see that Uncle Chris kind of brought that out, because normally Psycho Dad wouldn't give a shit, but because Uncle Chris suddenly cares, Psycho Dad's like, wait, what? Should I care about this? And it almost validated me in a little bit of a way. But I think we've all been there where we're trying to explain YouTube and how to make money off it to your parents or just older people in general, especially if you want to do it for a living. They're probably like looking at you like you're fucking stupid.
Oh, JT, man, what's going on?
Not much.
And there's a that brother got something there. He could do a little work. That boy.
What did I tell you?
Why don't you take him to the gym?
What did I tell you?
Sitting here playing video games. You're supposed to be working, ain't you?
Yeah, I didn't.
Anita gave you off, or Nancy, one of them gave you off.
It's great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How about we sit down here?
So soon. That's all right.
My little
We're
brother.
Playing right now.
What are you playing?
We're gonna break the fucking futon.
What's he playing?
Oh,
yeah, here we go with the fat jokes.
Okay.
You know, I can lose weight, but you can't fix ugly. So, guess what today is?
What is today? I just went to fucking jail. Thanks.
Yeah, you might be going sooner than you think.
I got $150.
For what?
I don't know, there's like two old people hugging.
Stop, we're gonna restart. I need like a fucking PowerPoint presentation. What?
And leave the camera home, please. Leave the camera home. Can you do that tomorrow?
No.
Oh, see. Leave, Corn don't come. Leave the camera home.
Wait, tomorrow or... So wait, are you there tomorrow or not? Or is it Tuesday?
So leave the camera home. Text Anita, you'll be there. Leave the camera home. I'm not going to be there tomorrow night.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, a little bit. But leave the camera home. Leave the camera home. Don't bore her with that shit. She don't need it. But you understand?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I get it.
You
okay.
get it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand.
You're not letting John in my room? Whatever.
Yeah.
Just fuck. Okay.
John, come on. Come on.
I had a video called planting the seeds, which that's actually a term I use off camera a lot for like when you're doing a very slow, subtle form of storytelling, or just any storytelling, and you're just planting the little seeds in there for them to blossom and grow into trees or plants. And the audience is unaware that they're there because, I mean, it's technically under the surface. It's under the ground. I like planting lots of seeds, guys. You gotta fucking scrape the dirt around to see the little seeds in there. But Jesse's actually doing work in this video. Ooh, that's a good sign. Like, it took a couple weeks, but Jesse finally did like one task. And where's that chicken too? Dinner at the farm. This is one of my favorite videos just because it's cool to see all the characters in a new wardrobe and a new environment. This was just a cool thing to see. We had some great, like, funny scripted moments and ball busting across the table. Jesse was asked to say grace at one point, referencing the Psycho Kid Ruins Thanksgiving. And then Jesse throws out this idea of maybe McCann's Farm starting YouTube to earn some extra revenue. And at the end of this video, we had another turning point where Uncle Chris was like, hey, I'm proud of you. You know, for offering up for the ladies to do the YouTube channel. Like, even though he didn't really understand it, but he saw the intention was there. and some effort at the farm as well. So that was extremely nice to see. You know, Jesse to get that approval from a potential father figure. It felt pretty good. Uncle Chris is almost stepping in as like the new Uncle Larry right now. Oh shit! But we also had that little scene in there. It was like Uncle Chris bringing Anita flowers. Like, whoa, yo, is this a thing? I just liked that we did that.
Okay. Put this in the middle.
I'm ready.
Take my apron off.
I think we should get the mac and cheese and all like a triangle.
Shut that window. It's right on my back.
Oh yeah, this is great. That looks so legit.
And it smells good in here, Anita.
Oh, Chris made it. I
As
knew you
usual.
wouldn't miss it.
As usual.
Oh.
Smelling good. Wanted to have these. Thank you very much.
Thank
Really.
you.
Thank you for having us over every week.
That's so sweet.
Phone in there. So,
I'm gonna set them there because the dinner will get cold. So let's
Okay.
eat. Who's gonna say grace?
Yo, what are you doing here? What's these two yum-yums doing?
I was
Well,
invited.
And filming?
Yeah,
And filming.
Well, they're always filming.
Last night he wasn't.
just a dinner.
Last night we got some work done. He actually did something without the camera.
Yeah. Well, we planted lettuce all afternoon with the camera.
I still gotta do this.
Right. Okay, Grace. How about Jesse say Grace?
You want to say grace, Jesse? That would be great.
Jesse's the newbie here. His first time here for dinner. How about we have him do it?
I would like to decline.
Come on, Jess.
I mean, you do it then.
I'm,
It's okay. Don't
I don't think.
pressure.
Yeah.
Joey, maybe you could handle it.
Would you
How
like?
you been, Mike?
Okay.
Good, yeah. Good, doing well, doing well.
What is this?
Come on, hold hands, be respectful.
Nancy, jeez, trying to caress
Thank
my
you, God,
hand
for
here.
the food that is before us, and bless the hands that have prepared it, and help us to get through the rest of our week. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pork
I know
roast.
this is your favorite mac and cheese,
Yeah.
Chris.
Pork
That's your
roast,
favorite
mac and
too?
cheese.
You want
Yeah,
a
you
big-
like it?
You want a big
That is
spoon?
my favorite.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that in common.
And pork roast.
Well, he is your nephew,
I-
so it would make sense.
Hope you're gonna be sharing some of this.
Well,
You wanna
share-
start the bean?
We'll share a little bit.
Do you like green beans?
Yes.
Oh, wait till you get picking them here at the farm.
Yeah, you'll never like them
as
again.
much.
Save some for us, Uncle Chris.
Easy there, buddy. Don't antagonize me here. Trying to behave myself. We're in the house.
You like
Good
the
household.
crusty top, right, Nance?
I didn't know you had such nice gray hair.
Oh,
That's
it's
pretty cool.
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. I can almost see
Yeah.
myself.
See, your dad's getting some gray hair too, probably putting up with the likes of you.
That's the jackass that tore that truck up.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing here?
Breaking shit for you to fix.
Alright, it wasn't an accident. I didn't know up was down, down was up on that thing.
Can you read?
Yeah.
There's stickers on it that says which way to go.
Take over,
Well,
brother. I
I
wasted
couldn't
enough of my
read it.
breath on him. Hey, don't you think you'd have cleaned up a little bit? She invite you in your house.
Look at me. Look.
Yeah,
Well, I never wear
clothes.
flannel. And I
How
have
about trim that goddamn beard up and that hair a little bit? Sorry, but trim that up a little bit.
Sure, want to be rolled out for you? Like Fabio.
That actually might look a little better, Fabio.
There you go.
Little Fabio.
I got some ice cream from Tony's Treats.
Oh, that'll be good with the cake.
That place is good.
Not gonna eat that straight out of the container, are you?
With his manners, you probably would.
So you're
Thank
cutting
you.
off all our pieces, and then this is Uncle Chris's piece there.
Way to go with the fat jokes.
Mike just wants ice cream.
This is about the only thing you can
probably
really get
chocolate,
on me,
okay.
isn't it? Is the fat joke.
Did you want
And guess what? I've been
Cake, Joe, or
fat for a
just
long
ice cream?
time, and I even know it. I even know it.
Like I was trying to need it. This is the main page. This is what I'll see, and you get all your analytics here. You go down. Now all
Let's
these
see what
things
these
you're gonna
two
have to
young youngs are
learn
trying to
on
pollute
your own.
these
It's
good
in-
women's
Oh,
minds with.
nice of you to join us.
What are you doing?
Look, this
This
is
is-
our page.
Well, this is where the comments will be shown. You don't have any right yet because you do need
'Cause
videos.
you just did it.
Right.
I just wanted to say before I left, you might not be worth a goddamn on the farm. You can't run a tractor to save your ass. But Maybe you got some skills with that. You hooked her up that quick. Maybe that's your calling, dude. Maybe that's what you should be doing. I mean, impressed me what you could get done that short of time. Maybe that's what you need to be doing. Put it here. All right.
All right. Yeah. We had this video called Milking a Goat, guys, and I've never fucking milked a goat before. I also had to catch pigs. Like, I'm obviously over-dramatizing everything because that's what the character's doing, but Jesse on the inside was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, by acting and by playing this character, it has allowed me to experience things I would have never experienced in this series in general. Like I fucking milked a goat and fucking drunk that titty milk. Like, I would have never fucking done that. I'm living like a true East Bumblefuckian for the series. So guys, I guess I gotta thank you for watching the series, because like you guys continually make me better and try to be on top of my game. I would have never had these experiences otherwise, and acting is an interesting thing, guys, and I just want to say this randomly, but by playing that character, I was able to basically step into somebody else's shoes for a little bit and empathize with them, and I'm talking about Psycho Kid, and granted it was not too far off from myself, but the circumstances and the arguments and relationships were different, and it really puts things into perspective, and you start to appreciate different things and understand things from others and others' viewpoints, and I don't know, it was a really valuable experience. So I just love that idea of acting. And guys, if there's somebody that you pretending to do something that you don't like, or doing something you don't like, you might realize what you truly love, and I think that's an important lesson to learn. Another huge video, guys, are you happy? I think this is a question that everybody has asked themselves at some point in their life, possibly more often than others, where it's just like you're doing something you don't enjoy, or you're with somebody you don't actually love, and you're just like, you know, am I happy? Are you happy? In this video, Jesse visits Uncle Larry, which we haven't seen him since the Don't Give Up video, where Jesse breaks down and says he wishes Uncle Larry was his dad, and Uncle Larry's like, you need to do what you love, and Jesse's like, no. And Jesse's been working at this farm for a while and doing these odd jobs. So it's a little awkward at first when Uncle Larry finds out that Jesse's been working at a farm with Uncle Chris. That's right, a family member, which if you remember back, Jesse had to quit working at the canvas company because Uncle Larry was family, and in Psycho Dad's eyes, that wasn't a real job if you're working with family. So it was super hypocritical, and Uncle Larry's fucking disappointed and pissed off about that. He's also disappointed that Jesse's not doing what he loves. He's not filming videos. We even have this sad little scene where Uncle Larry has made some Juggy hats for Jesse for the merch, and Jesse's just like, oh, I mean, that's cool. I don't know about time to promote this. And then Jesse puts the hat on his head. Not only does he have the ponytail, which means he's bitch status, societal bitch, and Psycho Dad's bitch, but he also puts the hat on, so he's also Psycho Dad Jr., and it's just ironic because Uncle Larry made that for him as a token of, hey, do what you love, but it's the symbol means that he's doing the opposite, so what the fuck? Jesse even states that he's learned a lot, and that maybe YouTube and gaming is more of a hobby, and I should just focus on working at my job at the farm, and I think Jesse's kind of even liking the farm a little bit. But this further drives a wedge in Jesse and Uncle Larry's relationship, unfortunately. It could be while I'm working at the farm to get the sun out. You know, I'm gonna take the blue. Actually, you know what? I kind of like the maroon.
I think the blue would look better on you. I like the maroon.
Yeah, I like the maroon too. I can have either one. I think I might go with this one.
Oh, I already wore that one, so just want to put that out there. I had never wore the blue one.
So you said you want...
I wore this already.
Oh.
I really like the maroon.
Well, I liked it too.
No, I mean, but this has never been worn. That one has been worn. I wore it. I originally brought them both home so that you could choose, but I kind of wore that one already.
Starts with you. You need to be happy. You got to stop.
And I am.
That's what you're saying, but that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
See, and there you go. That's what you're thinking. There's something there, but there's not.
Perception's reality. My perception of you right now is that you're not happy. That's my reality.
Well, it's wrong, and I'm telling you it is. I have to go.
Only you know. Only you know.
Yeah. Next, we had this big video where Psycho Dad actually shows up to the farm. This is the first time my dad met Anita and Nancy, and Anita kind of stands up for me because I was getting berated ×2 because I had to mow the lawn at the farm and I was not doing it right. So naturally, Psycho Dad's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? My son, I've mowed lawns my whole life. I'm Psycho Dad, and my fucking son doesn't know how to mow lawns? This is an embarrassment." So Anita stands up for me, and the whole time I'm trying to impress my dad with the work I've been doing, but he's just not pleased. Like, how the fuck do you make this guy happy? And I'm just like, whoa, what? Is it because I'm not Jeffrey? And apparently in real life, when I said that, Uncle Chris, I guess, since, you know, he's brothers with my dad, and I'm sure there's some rivalry there, that Uncle Chris has sort of struck a chord with him. He said he got like legitimately choked up in that moment because he felt bad for my character always being in the shadow of his brother Jeffrey. It was awkward because in the previous video, Uncle Chris was actually proud of me for doing some work. However, when my dad rolled around, Uncle Chris was suddenly like, "Yeah, Jess, you gotta work harder." And I was like, "Yo, bro!" Like, I think we've all had that moment in our lives where somebody has your back and then in front of others, they like completely fucking ignore you. Then after getting berated ×2, Jesse feels insignificant. It's kind of sad, and Jesse goes crying to Anita because that's the only really mom he has right now. It's a very heartbreaking scene. Next, we had this video called No Horsing Around. I actually got to ride a horse bareback, which was a super cool experience. I was a little nervous because I had my spleen injuries still. This woman was wearing no bra. I was like, what the fuck, yo? Like, millions of people are gonna see this shit, and she just gave 0 fucks. I was like, what? I don't even know if I can show that on YouTube. These were actually friends of Anita and Nancy's that said they could, because ultimately I wanted to showcase each animal. The only thing I didn't get to really showcase was cows. I was a little disappointed about that. Moving on to a huge video called Dark Ridge Penitentiary. The title of this video is completely obscure to most people, but this was a name based off of a very old psychology project of mine, videos on my channel called Disorder at Dark Ridge Penitentiary. Basically, in that, my house acts as kind of an insane asylum slash jail. So the meaning of it is basically like, I wanted the gate exists not only to keep fans out and to hype up the first security meme, but also I wanted Jesse's house to feel like a prison because, you know, not only we're telling a very real story of abuse and abuse victims and how they are constantly compelled to return home to their assailant or their abuser. So when Jesse keeps coming back to Psycho Dad, he feels very, very, very trapped in that situation. The gate costs like around $13,000, so that fucking sucked just for some metal bars in front, just for a video. This video was actually supposed to happen like a month prior, but I also didn't realize it took like a fucking month or so to build this thing. I wanted the gate to be a huge surprise where out of nowhere it's just there and Jesse's like, what the fuck? Which we played it off like that. However, because we would always have so many fans come to the house, it actually got exposed. Like, there was a few like juggy videos, like they came to the house like fucking bombarding me with cameras and shit, which I don't recommend, guys. Like, trust me, I'm like so cool with the fans. It's just like, I was very upset at this time because it kind of spoiled what we were working really, really, really hard to preserve. So it really undermined my efforts. So there was a few videos of juggies coming and it showed the gate being built. So when my gate video came out, it pretty much made all my fucking work useless. Basically spoiled my surprise. Damn it. What are you getting, some kind of sick pleasure from this? Could you just open it? Please?
Oh, did you say please?
I could very easily just walk around. You know,
you can walk around.
For all your wise security, I can literally just walk around it. So what the fuck's the point? You're just blocking my pink car from coming in.
I got 10 trail cameras set up through these woods too.
Congratulations.
So every time you make a move around this fence, I get a picture of it. Same in the back.
All right, well, I appreciate it, but could you open it?
You really want me to?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I already said please. I had a long day at work, so could I just come?
Oh, cut it out. What do you mean long day at work? What have you been here, 2-3 hours?
Later in this video, we have Jesse and Corn playing this old baseball game on the Super Nintendo, and Psycho Dad comes in, and as you guys know from the finale of the series, how his favorite game is that Nintendo baseball game, as well as it playing a huge part in his childhood. Psycho Dad sees that and is triggered, but no, I don't think many people caught this at the time because it wasn't relevant. But yeah, Psycho Dad had a very emotional response to that and got pissed at Jesse. And then Jesse needs to do his little escapism act, and he starts talking to Damien on the wall, and he starts talking as Damien as Psycho Dad, and it's very demonic and freaky. Since the finale was set in stone so early in the series, I put so many fucking Zermatt or Switzerland or fucking shooting my dad for shadows, or at least like a fucking 100. But this was one I remember because it was so ridiculous. I literally say Zermatt, which is the city in Switzerland where I fled the country where the Matterhorn mountain is. It's called Zermatt, and I say it a couple times when I'm acting as Damien possessed. I'm like, Zermatt, Zermatt.
Yeah, what's your routine?
My routine?
Yeah.
Nah, my dick's gonna be flopping up and down. I don't want you filming that. I don't want you watching it either.
Makes it seem like it's big.
My game. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way you talked to me tonight.
Well, I didn't like that the gate was shut.
That gate's staying, and I don't care what you think, and if you don't like it, you can be on the other side of it real quick.
Wow. That's like a kicked out threat right there?
Yeah, that's
After
exactly what it is.
What the fuck? What did you... That light switch... He just turned off the game. We're mid-game. What are you thinking about, Jesse? Thinking that you cannot escape? Are you afraid, Jesse, that you'll never leave your dad's? And you'll never be able to make something of yourself, that you will never leave your father's house, and you'll never be a man. You'll always be a little spoiled brat who just plays his games. You are trapped here, Jesse, for life. You are mine. You are my slave. You are fucked. You are fucked. Zermatt. You are mine. You are mine. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna take you home. I just really don't have a mood right now to be playing. Which sucks that somebody can make you feel that way. My keys are in the house, so... Next, we have this video called the Countdown Rodeo. There's actually a rodeo that's close to where we live, which is crazy to even say. It's like New Jersey. It's not like the deep south. What the fuck? But it's always cool to like change the environments because people get old of the same old shit. So we went to this place, and it's always a bitch to film in public. But we wanted a video where Uncle Chris and Jesse bonded, and we actually got a taste of Uncle Chris's upbringing and how hard he has had to work for what he has, and he's trying to instill that on Jesse so he's not a spoiled little bitch all the time.
Let's get over here and get something, straightened out here, because you're going to pep it up a little bit. You're dragging your ass. Old fucking fat guy walking faster than you. Let's get over here and get something to eat.
I mean, we can just go. I don't really need to sit down.
I thought it'd be a little bit more enjoyable, Jess, but you brought the fucking camera with you again.
I mean, is that one for corn?
No, it ain't for corn. It's for me. Fuck him.
You double fisting?
You're the one working. I'm bought it for an employee. He ain't an employee. What the fuck? Goddamn. So what's the problem today? You all seem like you're down in the dumps. You got no energy, no fucking fire. You know you owe the money to warrior there. I mean,
Stop, we're gonna restart. Then we had the Less of a Man video where the whole thing's actually we're constructing a greenhouse from scratch and putting all that together, which was a very cool process. But at the end of the video, we had this character Tori, which is actually like Anita's daughter, who just showed up, and we're like, hey, you want to be in the video? And we had her play a very crucial role where she's like just talking. She's basically claiming like she knows what kind of person Jesse is and that he needs to follow his passion. Like, he just doesn't seem like a farm type. And she's 100% right, but Jesse's in denial. Is like, no, you don't know me at all. We just fucking met.
That'll be alright, but...
That works.
You alright?
Yeah. There's just things I gotta think about, and...
Okay.
I don't know. This is life stuff.
Yeah.
That, I felt like it's been a lot. I'm working hard. Like, that greenhouse today was...
Yeah, that was some work, but it only gets worse from here.
Oh.
Because it's hard work every day, especially once we start picking.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
You have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye, Corn.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
And this is the job you want to have? Hard work, and it only gets harder?
I don't... Young people, I swear. Alright, Jace.
Another big video, guys. As you can see, like, big videos are starting to get to be the trend as we're, you know, 2 months away or less than 2 months from the finale. And you'll just see that with I think a lot of shows where in that final season, you know, shit start happening, bang, 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 because you got to tie up all those loose ends. So this was the Divorce Papers video. My mom's valiant return. We haven't seen her. Jesse and her haven't interacted since the Fallout Part 2, where he lost Aunt Jackie's house. This video was also supposed to happen maybe like a few weeks earlier, but I was kind of waiting for the gate on that one. So my mom returns to basically serve my dad divorce papers, and I'm really fucking nervous, like I said, because I haven't seen her since that day, and I've been hiding and running from my problems like a typical psycho kid would. And my mom's character is visibly different. She's got this business attire, her hair's changed, and she's very hardened, and she's had to do that because she's been hurt so many times, so she develops this outer shell like a fucking turtle. And Jesse and his mom, two usually fucking really emotional characters, are both using that damn bottle technique where they're just keeping it all in and afraid to express themselves. The psycho dad, the psycho brother mentality. So they have this cold chat, and then she leaves, and then Jesse's like, what the fuck am I doing? And he has his final like a fucking moment where he's like, shit, this is wrong. And he goes outside and actually expresses himself like, Mom, why don't you care anymore? How dare you come back and act like you don't care? And my mom's just like, what the fuck are you saying? I came back because I care. And she's like, sometimes you have to let go. Also, sometimes you have to pretend, which is a very important lesson. And the irony is Jesse's getting pissed at my mom for doing all those things, but Jesse's doing the same exact thing because Jesse's pretending like he should be working at the farm and like he doesn't care about YouTube as much anymore. They've both been hardened, and that's what this world does to you guys. And you'll see as you get older that it's just like this world will beat you the fuck down, and you're going to be afraid to express yourself. It's very hard to maintain that very childlike inner dreams and passion. And these two beloved, awesome characters by the end of this series are so fucking... they're very different people. So their conversation ends not so well, and she starts pulling away, and this scene is very reminiscent of the divorce video and how she left. Whereas in that video, Jesse didn't really have a choice in the matter, and she just drove away, and Jesse was left there in the driveway screaming. In this version, in this video, much later, Jesse actually willingly opens up the gate to let her leave. So it shows that Jesse's ready to let her go. And instead of crying or moaning, he stands there and just looks out. And he's a lot more, I think, emotionally disconnected or perhaps desensitized to it because of all the experiences that he has had. It mirrors that shot from the divorce, and this is the last time we're going to see my mom's character until Save Yourself. We learned a lot about divorce. And there's a 6-month thing. We wanted to have a dramatic signature. I think that happens in a lot of movies, but clearly they're fake.
Well, different states too. Every
yeah, all the states are different with their laws, and you can go out of the country and get a divorce too. They act like it's so much quicker, but it's not.
No. So she's done her homework, and that helps me out.
Which scares me. Which scares me. She's done her homework, and then keep telling her I'm a keeper, but it doesn't work.
So this happened in November, and now this is end of April. So we actually did practically hit the 6-month mark. So that's what we're gonna play it off as. And she's just getting some acknowledgement on these documents, and she's being like, yeah, we're doing this for real, for real. When you guys officially split, we had.
Really?
Nice.
We had the wow.
You said act normal. Was that good? Damn it, Ella.
But we had the symbolism of the car alarm going off, wreaking havoc. Now, when the relationship comes back, we have the alarm very much represented again. We destroyed the room in less than a week, so you know we'll be getting a lot of behind the scenes for that shit. So that's pretty important. Yeah.
Woo woo! Garage space! Woo!
So when your car's gonna be with Uncle Larry's, I guess I'll have to put my truck in there when I move out.
Yeah, something like that. That's the divorce papers video. Couldn't cry. I'm a fucking heartless bastard.
It's not you, it's society.
It's society. It's society's fault. Exactly. Yeah. I tell myself when I'm age 40 or 50, I'll be a better actor. I'm looking forward to those ages because I'll have more estrogen, and maybe when I start drinking again, I can start to accumulate that, lose the testosterone, be a better actor. I think it also comes just with having to manage every little detail of the scene, and I'm making sure everything fell into place before I committed to finishing this. I think we're good. So yeah, that was Divorce Papers video. It was a lot. You know, I think it's a very entertaining video because there's so much moving around, and it's the return of a character. Problem.
It was really intense when we were like running around.
Yeah,
around this place. I
think people will like that. People will like that. It's like a game. But the problem I had with it, the only problem I had was just Jeffrey lingered out there too long. Yeah, you can come back and hide.
Did you forget something?
You know what? I like that we didn't hug it out there.
That added to the inconclusiveness.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And it added more also to you know, becoming what you're becoming. You know,
right.
the dilemma you're having.
Yeah.
I thought that fit.
Because had we hugged, that would have shown that I'm still clinging to you. The fact that it was cold, it did feel like, it really did feel like we picked up from where we left off way back months ago.
You're probably going to get a lot of hate.
I don't know, because really I wasn't
an idiot when I'm crying.
Yeah, and it's a woman, and it's a woman crying. It's a woman crying, so the guy gets the blame, and they already hate me. So
yeah. It's very awkward with your dad.
I mean, it's not awkward between us.
No.
No, it doesn't feel awkward.
Yeah,
Did you actually cry at all?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Like sometimes I know you get the.
It was. Yeah, there was a time where like she did the face, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I can't see tears from where I am.
Would you want to do it again?
No, I'm happy with that one. If I wasn't happy with it,
I'm satisfied with it. But the thing is, it's not even like one will
Maybe we'll get better.
Another big video, guys. This is our second moment video. That's right, our moment trilogy. There's a moment of doubt. There's a moment of clarity, which is this one, and then our moment of peace and silence later towards the end. But this moment of clarity is a thing that like actually happened to me in real life while I was working at Newfield Bank. Absolutely hating my life. I was like, I just want to fucking quit. I had this moment where I'm looking at the teller window and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I doing? I'm lying to myself. And that's exactly what happens to Jesse at the farm. After having literally a perfect day, we just had a montage of Jesse doing random tasks, not saying a word. And at the end of that day, he's just like, you know what? I'm done. And I don't think it's because he did everything perfectly. I don't think it's like, oh, I completed this, time to move on to the next video game, because that's what I equate life to. But I think he just realized, like, oh my God, I just did a full days of work, and I could potentially be doing this for the rest of my life. what am I doing? I'm lying to myself. I need to be doing what I love. I need to get back to gaming, and I need to get back to making YouTube videos. So like I said, this is a moment I had in my real life, and that's when it became clear to me. I kept feeling like I needed to be making videos, and guys, whenever I think back to that time, I'm about to get like choked up right now. Holy shit. I still can't thank you guys enough for finding me on YouTube, and I think a lot of YouTubers and you know, famous people forget that. They forget the humble beginnings, and it's like, yo, you were no better than anyone else. But I will always be grateful for you guys watching me and finding me, because I remember what it was like there. I just have a passion for this shit, and I talk about it in the moment of clarity video, where you get this pull. You feel something pulling at you, nagging at you, and that's the inner voice. It's telling you like, yo, dude, you should be doing this instead. So then Jesse realized it's time to quit. And in real life, that's when I quit my job at the bank and started doing YouTube videos full time, and then I gave myself a brain injury. However, in the farming series, it's a little different. So this marks the return of Jesse. Woo! Nita, I'm all done for the day. Wait.
I was gonna say, you're not done for the day.
That was just... Nita, I got all those plants planted. Nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna say zucchini.
All right, well, while you guys do this, I'm gonna get to work because Nick's here.
All right, Nick.
You're staying in here then?
So good.
Well, just a little bit and then we'll be out.
All right, Nick and I'll get it done.
I'll rinse it out first.
Whoa, big spider in there.
It's a really, oh my God, there is.
Oh,
That is a big spider.
die, you bitch. I mean, booch.
It's stuck on your shoe, I think.
That's all right. These are from freshman year of high school. Our next video is Path in the Enlightened, where Jesse actually tells Anita that he needs to quit the job. Anita's extremely upset about this because she just spent the last few weeks training him. She got very much attached to Jesse, the camera, and Corn. Jesse offers to give them like a YouTube channel just as like a nice like parting gift, which was something I did in real life. I gave them the YouTube channel. But that even in of itself almost just shows, whereas everybody has claimed that Jesse's character is toxic and he's bad, and you could make an argument, you can make a case for that, but here's something that Jesse's done that's been good, which is give them a YouTube channel. Anita even tries ways of convincing Jesse to stick around, whether it's by way of a raise or, you know, bribing him with food and shit like that. But the worst part is yeah, Jesse is 100% convinced he needs to quit, and Anita just spent so much time training somebody. And guys, there's no shame in that. Like in real life, there's been jobs where I've completed training and then I've quit. I literally quit the day after, the first day on the job after training. There's no shame in that, because guys, ultimately you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like if you, it depends on what kind of life you want to live. If you want to fucking work at a job doing this shit, fucking work at a job doing that shit. There's no right answer for everybody, but there's a right answer for you, and you're the only one that knows what that is. It's kind of like the powwow. There's actually some reality in the powwow that I do after I quit the job at the farm, where it's like quitting kind of gets a bad rap, but some of my best decisions that I've ever made have been because I quit something. It's important to quit bad things or things that you know you don't enjoy, and I don't think you should ever feel like you have to do something you don't want to do. Our next video is quitting my job, and Jesse tells both good cops, so Anita and Nancy, no. They refuse to tell Uncle Chris. They're willing to keep that under wraps just to protect me, because they know Uncle Chris is gonna be pissed. We had dinner outside for dinner at the farm part 2, but unfortunately it was raining, so that kind of was frustrating. But in this video, I symbolically catch the chicken once and for all. Guys, this was fucking hell to set up. We got very, very lucky. I mean, realistically, trust me, I was chasing this chicken around for an hour till we had enough footage to cover this, but it was a fucking beautiful shot, and it was actually a really rewarding experience, because guys, I really fucking caught that chicken. And I became a man after that, symbolically. So Jesse passed the test, and now it's time for the finale to the farming series. Hell to Pay, it's called. And Jesse realizes that he needs to pay Uncle Chris the money for Warrior's truck. He thought he was going to get away. So Jesse returns back to the farm, and the two ladies tell him that Uncle Chris knows that you're quitting, bitch. He knows you're gone. So Jesse then has to stand up to Uncle Chris, and Jesse's like, yo, I have to do this. Uncle Chris, you motherfucker, you douchebag, kumquat. Yum yum. He came up with some creative shit, and this was the redemption moment finally, and me and him were both looking forward to this. Even from the first day where I told Uncle Chris about this character, we were both like waiting for the day where our characters are totally on the same page, because we just loved the arc. We loved this so much. We thought it was awesome. So we were starting to build up the emotions, and Jesse goes to pay the $7,500 for Warrior's truck, but Uncle Chris stops him, just like, Jesse, Turns out it's only $5,000. Looked up the value of the truck. He's trying to gyp you right now. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take that money and you're gonna put every dollar into what you love to do. You're gonna put it into YouTube. You're gonna put it into gaming. Whatever you do, just trust me. Just promise me. You're not gonna let your dad touch this. You put that extra money into doing what you love, put it towards something good. And then we hung it out. So it's such an emotional scene. We didn't quite get the tears rolling, but we got the build up there. And we were a little disappointed in ourselves that we didn't get the tears rolling. But it's also not horrible that it was like a cry fest, because like we're both pretty hardened characters by this point, so it makes sense. And so ends the farming series. And you know what Jesse does? He takes that money, he's like, I'm gonna buy some giveaway consoles and get a beefed up computer for a Twitch stream. And we all know what happens after this. This is the farming series was basically one big build up to have it fall flat in its face in the destruction of the gaming room. But alright, Jays, that's it for the farming series and this behind the scenes video. Actually, here's some behind the scenes of our last day at the farm. Roll that shit. We just got done shooting the Jesse and Uncle Chris sort of redemption scene where they come together and, you know, Uncle Chris understands Jesse, Jesse understands Uncle Chris, they hug, they kiss. It's a beautiful moment. I'm still feeling a little washed out right now. I'm feeling like
a little jacked.
Are you? You're still on edge?
I'm still a little jacked.
It was a lot. We almost had tears roll. We got them built up. We just couldn't get them to roll.
Couldn't get them to go out.
We're sitting here with Anita and Nancy. This is the last day. If you guys saw our first behind the scenes where we did the contracts and everything, it was like 2.5 weeks. It flew by. Guess what, guys? We have a McCann's Farm YouTube channel. You guys got 104,000. That's within 24 hours. We still haven't even reached the 24-hour mark. That's been a crazy amount, especially for like a farm, and for one video, and it's just crazy. So thank you guys so much. Unfortunately, you're getting this thank you months later, but that's crazy that I can just like shout these people out, and 100,000 of you will go and subscribe just because I asked. And you know, they're nice people, and it's been crazy. So that's gonna help them out and the farm. So we do good things. We're actually gonna go to where we first signed the contracts just to have a full circle. We're gonna say goodbyes, get everyone paid, and we're gonna let you guys in on that moment. We're back in the old familiar spot where we first started this business, where it was pouring down rain.
It was.
And I think Nancy and Uncle Chris were all thinking, what the fuck are we getting ourselves into? And now we're at the end of it.
In front of the leaves.
That's real. There's some remodeling, so bless this mess. Don't worry about it, guys. You know, I was really worried about getting a farm. I came up with this idea like months ago. I was like, I want to see Jesse's character get a job, and I thought, what is the worst job I could have? And I was like,
thank you.
For like my character, and where do I think I'll get enough content also with like animals, plants, and then I came up with the farm idea. And you know, I always have expectations in my head about what a scene or what a series is going to look like, and for one of the first times, I'm actually it's exceeded expectations.
Well, my fear was coming in. He approached me. It was Easter, which wasn't that long ago.
No.
It was, and he asked me about it, and I says, "Where do you think you're going to get a farm?"
Yeah.
And he says,
"I some stupid people."
Says, "I have somebody in mind. I haven't approached him yet." I said, "Well, when you get this farm secure, then come talk to me more."
Well, at least you knew what I'd never heard of him.
Right.
He knocked on my front door and asked if he could work here and video everything.
If he wasn't really my nephew, I'd never heard of him either.
And I was just like,
it's a generation thing.
Yeah.
You know, it really
and I really didn't know. He did teach me all about YouTube because I really didn't know about YouTube.
Right.
I did have a Facebook. We did play off that I didn't, but I
Right.
did have a Facebook.
Well, I don't have any of that stuff,
Yeah.
and never
You're
will.
probably lucky because they kept finding me on Facebook
Right,
and saying, I thought you didn't know about Facebook.
But that's, you know, I'm older than you girls too, so, you know, I mean, there's that generation thing, you know, we just, I don't find that important. The friends I have, I see, and the friends, you know, and we try to catch up the way we do, you know, but I think it's a generational thing.
Added an extra 500 to each. Because, like, you guys, yeah.
Jesse, I'm crying now. Oh, shit.
Like, first of all, like, to you two, blown away. Like I was saying, with the exceeded expectations, I thought for sure. Like I have some insecurities and I doubt myself with some of the things. And I'm very much fueled this whole process for years. And I've met my resistance for sure because it's such a new age thing and doubters and non-believers and stuff. And they're like, this is stupid. Thank God it's grown to a point where I have confidence now. But I didn't think I'd be able to find a farm. And oh God, real emotions, guys. This is real. Oh God.
You want to hug it?
I usually hide behind my character, but I can't anymore. You'll see me for who I am. I'm scared now.
I really would hug him. That's my character, and that's how I am.
But no, I can't look at you now. I was just shocked that you guys welcomed me in and offered up the farm, and then the accommodations, like making dinner, like that was, and you guys were making.
Yeah, you were kind of crappy about
exactly.
it. Yeah, today I want wheat bread. I'm like, what do you want wheat bread?
And like
wheat bread.
Get Anita flowers, like
right.
And
try to make all the food something that came from the farm.
We're getting to you. But yeah, it's like each day you had tasks ready, you had things ready for my character.
Well, we just did things we would do on the farm, and you really did do things we needed done. Sometimes not very well.
She's trying to discredit herself.
Sometimes not very well, and you didn't finish all of it most of the time. But you did truly put the greenhouse cover on.
Yeah.
That really
there was things that really we got done around here.
And the lettuce all got planted. Like there were things you really did.
Yeah.
But a lot of things you didn't finish.
But yeah, it was crazy to think that you guys not only let us use the farm, because that's not that huge of a deal. Me and Corn could, putz around, and Uncle Chris was very much managing us, and that's what I thought was going to happen. But I was like, it'd be cool to have the farmer, whoever's letting us use it, as a character. But what you guys brought, your dynamic and just like your natural selves to create this good cop, bad cop kind of persona, it just really added so much to the series. So that's why, I had to throw extra on there. And then
you didn't have to.
And we are a little crazy, so it wasn't that hard.
yeah. When you guys told me you almost had a reality show deal here, I was just like, this is real life. Like things just fall in like that.
And to be honest, I knew nothing about you until that kid told me at my house, and he was like, yeah, he's a YouTuber. And I'm like, yeah, a YouTuber. How many people could follow him, really?
Right.
And I was like, we're gonna help this kid out. He needs a place.
Yeah, a friend of RJ's who was the nutritionist from.
Yeah, he needs help, and that's truly how I went into this. Like, when you said you were gonna give me money, I really didn't think you were.
Oh.
I really didn't.
Right. So it's almost been
a couple days ago. Chris said he really does have money to give you, and we were just like, really? Because we really truly didn't think you had money to give us.
It's been a very natural progression. Then they realized like the YouTube's crazy. And changing hearts and minds about like what it means in the digital generation, and that's why I love this series so much.
And we still at this point haven't figured out YouTube yet because we just did it yesterday.
It's gonna be a learning process. But then Uncle Chris, you came into this, and maybe we can get tears rolling here. But I wasn't sure how good you're gonna be. And I know you had this big job.
Cornhole easy with the camera.
You got your job, and you were worried, and I'm just so glad that nothing has happened.
Retired now.
And you're retired, and all's good. And you came and helped me out.
Right.
For these 2.5 weeks.
Well, glad to do it. After the first night of me yelling at you, and a couple times where I really felt we picked on you real hard, I walked away and I said, I really feel bad for you. I really did feel bad for you.
And that's why, to tack on that extra was, not only did he surprise me with acting ability, but he was my dad's brother to add some authenticity to it. And then the thing, he was willing to do whatever. He would throw dirt at me in the children's greenhouse. He would like force me into the pond, things that I couldn't get many people to do because they wouldn't feel comfortable doing it or portraying themselves as that.
Or enjoy doing it.
We had somebody who was happy to play a bad guy, which my dad hasn't been as willing to go to those limits. So it was nice, refreshing to have you so accommodating and cooperative throughout this. And it's gonna be a shame, it can't keep going. Right. But thank you guys, seriously.
Thank you.
You've made some magic, and this will be historical. Oh, you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hug from the big guy.
That's 4 hugs tonight.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Leave Uncle Chris out as much as possible. Just still be in character. still, you know, maintain the integrity of the story. So like, you know, Jesse did actually quit. And that won't be that hard to play off of. So we were all upset to see it go, but things are about to get dark in the Psycho series. But alright, Jays, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Drop some likes on this video if you love the farming series, you love Uncle Chris's character. In the next episode, we'll be covering Psycho Dad Demolishes gaming room and how he pulled that off, because it was a fucking huge stunt. So get ready for that, guys. Alright, Jays, love y'all to death, and don't forget to keep it rigid, yum yums.